For my volcanic eruption, I chose the Mount Tambora eruption of 1815. Mount Tambora is a volcanic mountain located on the northern coast of Sumbawa Island in Indonesia. It erupted on April 15th and is the largest volcanic eruption in recorded history. This is a stratovolcano that sits near the Pacific Plate and sits on a subduction zone. And as we learned from class, subduction zones often carry very disastrous volcanic eruptions. It is part of the Sunda Arc, a chain of volcano that sits on the southern side of the Indonesian archipelago. It is located 340 miles north of the Java Trench. It is situated close to the upper surface of the active northern dipping subduction zone, making it very prone to eruptions. Tambora mostly consists of tarchy basalts, tritus, and triandesite rocks rich in potassium and phosphorus. As for the human impact of this eruption, there is an estimated 100,000 deaths from combined causes such as pyroclastic flows, the blast, and tsunamis, as well as a famine that came from a year without a winter. Now, when this erupted, it ejected a bunch of smoke and ash into the atmosphere, causing the global temperature to decrease by around a couple degrees. This led to a lot of famine in countries such as China, with the Yuan famine that lasted around 3 years, and then the Panic of 1815, which was not directly after the eruption, but the European markets began to rely less on the American markets due to famine in the American crop industry, which caused one of the first economic hardships in American history. As for the environmental impact, this created a long winter due to the 150 cubic meters of ash and pumice aerosol and rock that were spewed into the atmosphere, as well as the 60 megatons of sulfur that were also thrown into the atmosphere. This volcanic eruption registered a 7 on the volcano scale, which has never been recorded since, and it caused snow to fall in New England in July. This also caused sea ice to break up as far as northern Canada, and many of the wildlife in the Indonesia and surrounding areas were immediately killed from the blast, as well as a lot of them suffered due to famine in countries. Some fun facts that came from this volcano is it actually was what it kind of inspired Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, due to the fact that they could not leave their vacation home because of the long winter. This was also the first modern cooling event of the Earth in modern history, and Europe became less reliant on U.S. grain and agriculture, as well as China has learned drought mitigation techniques due to this eruption. Here are some sources for the photos.